Hi, everyone. I'm Susan, your psych billing coach. Today is Happy Pi Day, March 14th, 2024, day 22 of Changeageddon. I wanted to check in with everybody and talk a little bit about what's happening and how it affects mental health providers, specifically on the financial end, because this is the part that hasn't got a lot of attention yet, but you're going to start to have to pay attention to it like now. Okay, everybody knows by now that Change Healthcare is a claims artery that you use to submit your claims, whether you are a direct customer or you're using a software like Theranos or Therapy Notes that is a direct customer of Change, or you're not a direct customer, however, one or more of your payers has an exclusive arrangement with Change that has now had to be rerouted. Everybody, I think, knows that after the last 22 days. What people know is that Change does have something to do with payments, but I want to shed a little bit of light on what exactly that is, because it's not as easy as it looks on the surface. There are really two payment functions in billing, or the technical term is revenue cycle management. One is the informational transaction. That would be your explanation of benefits, or EOB, otherwise known as an electronic remittance advice. That is the electronic EOB that gets sent to your software or clearinghouse. Some systems like Simple Practice will call it a payment report. Some payers will call it a voucher or an explanation of payment. It's all the same thing. There's a few nuances depending on whether you're getting it paper or PDF or the full, what's known as the NCA 35 electronic remittance file. It doesn't matter. It's still an informational transaction. Then you have the money. That can be paper check, virtual credit card, or electronic funds transfer, ACH. Change is involved in both sides. So now here's where the disruption comes. You may be getting money. You may not be getting money. That depends on your payer right now and what functions of Change that they used and bought from Change prior to February 21st. Then there's the informational side, which also can go through Change, and where it really is very confusing is that payers get to pick and choose what they want to use Change for, or Availity, or anybody else for that matter. So you have this hodgepodge, and each payer that you work with, each insurance company that you work with, has done different things since February 21st. So right now, what we're facing is a huge mess of money and information that's not matching up. And the only way you're going to survive Changeageddon is if you match it up. What you need to do is print out or get a spreadsheet, however you can get it, of every informational transaction you receive, whether it's on paper, PDF, download, like from OptumPay or Availity or your software, however you get it, put those all together, every informational EOB you get. Then go to your bank, download all your deposits. If you're getting paper checks, keep copies of every check that you deposit. Don't just have it lumped in as a big deposit of 5 checks that totaled $5,000. No, you want copies of every check. And if you're getting EFTs that are going right into your bank, then you need to print out a list, and then you match them up, and you have 2 things you need to identify. On the informational transaction list, you need to identify, so if Aetna says, I sent you a check for $500 on March 14th, check number 123, you need to check with your bank, make sure you got that, and then check it off. Okay, so then you're going to go through all of those and circle or highlight any EOB that says you got money that you really didn't get. okay? Because that money you have to go after. Either you, your biller, somebody has to tell the payer, hey, you said I got this money, but I didn't get this money. And it's got to be tracked, and it's got to be traced, and it's got to be reissued. That's the first task. The second task is to do it the other way. Look at all your deposits. Okay, what didn't you get an informational notice on? In other words, United Healthcare sent you $300. You've got no EOB. Okay, that's nice. It's nice you have $300, but what if there was a denial on that EOB that now you don't know anything about? Or what if there was a client on that EOB that had a visit applied to the deductible, and now you don't know anything about that, so you can't charge the client their deductible? Or what if there was maybe United paid you $20, but the client owes a $60 copay? I think you would want that $60, but you can't charge your client if you don't have the information. So you're looking for missing pieces of, you're looking for missing money, you're looking for missing information, and it's got to be put together, reconciled, or the technical term that the industry likes to use is reassociation. We can thank the government, by the way, for all of this splitting and making it more difficult. That's more of a historical lesson, which I'll save for another time, but I wanted you to be aware that this is something you should be doing, or there's going to be a lot of money left on the table, thanks to Black Cat. So I hope everyone is surviving okay. If you need me, the coach is here, and hopefully you can join me tomorrow as I talk to everyone about how to fight those darn clawbacks. It'll be an interesting session tomorrow. So if you miss it, the recording will be in the store next week, and have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.